I need y'all to like the video, comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know the next time I drop. Up next, former President Obama makes more ground on losing the black male vote by saying young men need gay mentors. Check it out.
That's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
What do you mean by that?
One dad.
One dad.
Nice catch, Michelle.
No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So that I think is creating that community. I know it's corny, but that's what they need.
So here's what I disagree with, and this is why I don't do the whole identity politics thing, and I really don't rock with Obama, is because he's an instrument in a narrative to destroy the image of the black man. And I'm saying the black man because when Obama talks, he's mostly talking to black people. He's the personification of the destruction of the image of the black man. He's on board with this feminism, the future is woman ideology. And in so, he has no problem acting as if the black man should come second to women. He's trying to introduce this idea that in order to be more in touch with how black men should operate, they should seek the guidance of a gay professor.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you, so I'm gonna tell you. Niggas don't fuck with you, bro, because niggas can't fuck with you. The thing is, they already know this deep down inside their little hating ass heart, like, they can't fuck with you.
Let him cook.
They really never could. They tried before, but they realized, damn, I can't lower his self-esteem. I can't lower her self-esteem. So what they do is they keep you close to feed off your energy.
Let him cook now.
They want access to your energy. They ain't trying to build a real connection with you. Let's be real. They don't want to be your friend. They just want the light that you give off, bro. Like, these are the type of niggas, dog, they ain't gonna cheer for you, bro, because it's gonna take the spotlight off of them. Thing is, you never even wanted attention. You just attract that shit effortlessly, right? You gotta realize a lot of people cling to you and they don't even know why. That's how strong your energy is.
Let him cook.
They don't know what to do with you, for real. But trust me, bro, they look at you very highly. You know what I'm talking about? Deep down inside, they truly admire you. But letting you know that, nigga, that's dead. And the thing is, they don't want to fall out with you for real because they don't really have a good reason. And what do? They hide their hand. But you want to know how to make that fuck shit visible? Stop saying yes. Walk away. Step in your power. I want to see that for you because they stunting your growth, homeboy. Homegirl, them hoes is stunting your growth. Fuck is you doing? And what fucks them up in the head is they can't build you up because you know how to build yourself up. And they can't tear you down because you just too strong to be torn down. So they torn in between the two.
I said, let him cook.
And guess what? They don't like that. Hey, fool boy, they don't like that. Ah, fool boy, oh shit.
I was gonna say something, I changed my mind. Not a fucking word lost. Said everything that needed to be said. 100.
A godly man is boring to a worldly woman, and a godly woman is boring to a worldly man. Don't be out here unequally yoked, y'all.
Now here's my question to you. Is a worldly man boring to a godly woman? Because I ain't hear you say that.
It's so funny when girls complain like, oh, guys only want one thing. It's like, it's a problem, right? Girls want every single thing all the time and complain about one thing. No, I wish girls only wanted one thing. It didn't matter what the one thing was, just want one thing, right? And the one thing the guys want is the easiest thing in the entire world. You don't have to spend money. I just have to literally. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girls have all these standards for guys, and then when it comes to them, they're like, well, I'm not gonna like do anything for it. I'm just gonna expect the world.
That's the power of the pussy. It could turn something good meant for their benefit to something bad so they could be the victim. You really like gotta actually unbrainwash yourself to really think about it. Like, women have been saying guys only want one thing for so long that you self-identified as you just wanting one thing as being bad.
So I've tried to find nicer ways to say this, but the truth is if you lack capacity, it's because you're underdeveloped. And I'm not talking about your potential. I'm talking about your patterns, your emotional range, your tolerance for pressure, your ability to respond instead of react. You can be highly intelligent, deeply self-aware, a strong communicator, and still lack the internal structure to carry hard things without shutting down. And that's what capacity is. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how built you are. Built emotionally, built mentally, built in how you handle uncertainty, pressure, conflict, disappointment, change. When we say someone lacks capacity, what we really mean is cognitively, emotionally, and behaviorally, they are still underdeveloped. They haven't matured in places where life keeps pressing on them. And it shows. It shows in how quickly they get overwhelmed and how often they avoid instead of adapt. And how everything has to be a boundary, a break, or a shutdown. Even in how self-care becomes a full-time job because life feels too heavy. The truth is most people aren't fragile, they're just underbuilt. And no amount of awareness, journaling, or nervous system regulation can replace what it means to actually develop, to build that inner strength, to sit in discomfort long enough to become someone who can hold more without losing yourself in it. So if you're tired of everything feeling like too much, ask yourself, is this truly about what life is asking of me, or is it exposing the parts of me that I never trained? Because capacity isn't personality, it's development.
A lot of people are looking for a comfortable way to achieve things that matter, and it's impossible. Like, in anything that you do, there's going to be a barrier of entry. There's going to be something that you have to give up in order to achieve it. It may be parts of your personality that's slowing you down, that's not allowing you to be able to realize what's in front of you in its fullest potential because of your worldview. Sometimes you may have to let go of that worldview to open up another opportunity for you in life. Sometimes it's no longer serving you, and a lot of people don't understand or can't bring themselves to that because in order to do that, it's agonizing.
There's a philosophy that says 85% of the people on the planet are followers. 10% of the people on the planet are creators or leaders, and 5% of the people are observers. So when you got 85% of the people who are willing to follow, the 10% who are able to create something are going to capitalize off of that, and the 5% are usually the ones who are assassinated or shunned or discredited because they can see everything that's going on, and they would ruin it all for the 10%. So the reason why it's so easy to do that is because people are willing to be led.
I want to invoke a new school of thought. In order for a civilization to move forward, most people have to be willing to be led. If you have a civilization of all leaders, then nothing can be done. Now, her perspective of the philosophy, I disagree with, but the philosophy itself, I can agree with. I think that 85% of people are followers. I think that 10% are leaders. But I don't perceive the leaders as someone who is doing something nefarious to the 85% in mass, simply because if you look at where civilization is as a whole, it's in a good place. Everybody's going to have their things that they're going to complain about, but in reality, 2025 is the best time in human history.
Look at this, y'all. Black girl defends killing black babies, claiming the black community is overpopulated. Watch this.
To this day, right now, Planned Parenthood actually helps the black community just in regards to helping us not be overpopulated. Right? The black community is overpopulated. It is.
There have been 20 million black children aborted since 1973. Do you think that's a good or bad thing?
So the black community is still overpopulated because of our government. It is. Gang relations.
The black community is below replacement rate.
Stop talking so I can finish.
You just said that there are too many black people. How can you say that?
So I didn't say that.
You said Planned Parenthood's helping you because the black population is too overpopulated.
Is that what I said?
That is a eugenic statement, ma'am.
Is that what you believe I said?
No, did you say the black population is too overpopulated?
The black community is overpopulated. Yes, it is.
Statistically,
Like your narrative
African Americans are below replacement rates. There are more abortions happening than live births.
This girl just admitted that Planned Parenthood's helped decrease our population, and she's talking about it like it's a good thing. This is Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. She was a part of the eugenics movement. This movement was a group of racists who felt black people should be exterminated. I mean, look at Margaret Sanger, direct quote. "We don't want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." So they implemented laws to sterilize blacks until they figured out a subtle way to do it, through birth control and abortion. Then they use reverse psychology to make black women think killing off their offspring is empowering. This is why there's a Planned Parenthood in every black community. And why they also market perms and things of that nature that leads to fibroids and hysterectomies. Because the goal is to attack black life. And if you could persuade those very people that you're trying to exterminate that exterminating them is a good thing, then the war doesn't have to be physical. It could be purely psychological. Y'all be safe out here.
Execute Order 66.
There's an old saying, when white America catches a cold, black America catches the flu. This is the remnants of feminism. In case you don't know, black America makes up about 15.2% of America. So how in your mind do you think that we're overpopulated? That's why I don't listen to studs, dog. They the most confused bunch out of everybody.
Jealousy is a female trait. Niggas supposed to always be on their shit. Niggas supposed to be so into they self that they don't know what the next nigga got going on. Right. I'm in the gym. I'm getting strong. I'm in my whatever lane I'm in. I'm getting better at it. What are you looking at the next nigga for? Jealous. You don't have time for that. As a nigga.
What he talking about is that you got to be on purpose. So if you so locked in on your purpose and consistent with that, then you really don't have time for nothing else. You don't have the space or energy for any negativity to come into your vicinity to even experience jealousy. And honestly, when you so locked in, it's harder for you to notice that people are jealous of you unless it's like dead in your face.
71% of our sisters are not married, 29% will never get married, 63% of our brothers are not married, 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture. This only exists. This is an interesting but negative statistic. This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American black people. It does not exist on the continent or anywhere else in the diaspora. So there must be something in the water. We must fix this. It is a lot easier said than done because it is impacting our wealth.
Let me try and help you see exactly what he's trying to say, okay? If you do the average of all black households, that includes everyone, that average comes out to be $59,363. Now, if you take the average of black married households, that average comes out to be $94,500. So the shortfall of all black households in total from just black married households is a staggering $35,137. That's what he's talking about when we're losing our wealth.
God did not create Adam and Eve at the same time. He created Adam first, gave Adam his responsibility, gave Adam his word, because God holds men responsible first. When men abandon their lead responsibility, women are critical, they're essential. He uses Easier Kenigdo. She's an essential collaborator. But when mankind fell, God didn't come and say, Adam and Eve, where are y'all? He said, Adam, where are you? The Bible says in Adam all die, not in Adam and Eve all die.
Wow.
When God did the covenant, he said, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Sarah, Rebecca, and Rachel. In other words, he would hold men ultimately responsible. In Exodus chapter 34, verses 23 and 24, God called all the males, he left all the women home, and he said, if I can get you men to listen to me, I will send you back and I'll save your nation. So he holds men ultimately responsible. So when men fail, it's like the foundation of a house failing. The other parts are critical, but the stability of the other parts are dependent upon the solid foundation. Foundations don't have to be pretty, but they better be strong. So God is calling men to be strong so that everything else, family, churches, and culture, can be built on their strength. Because if not, then we're calling on women to be women and men. And God is not calling on them to be both. He's calling on us to be men.
There's a certain party that is trying to uphold this matriarchal worldview and convince young men that they have to take the perspective of a woman versus relying on their God-given duty as a man to be the lead. What this brother is speaking on is our calling from God. And so if we abandon that and get disillusioned, mostly through propaganda, then you'll see our community fail. A clear example of that is where we are right now. Of course, as far as human history is concerned, 2025 is the best time of human history. But as far as the black community is concerned, we have devolved ourselves into survival mode versus being a community that is prospering because we have abandoned masculinity.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the Black Queen on TikTok talking about how feminism may have backfired on women. Check it out right here.